Mhm. All right, good morning, guys. I wanted to come back real quick and I wanted to talk to you all about you can listen to your thing, Bubbles. I had mentioned foot track magic when I was on my soapbox earlier, just FYI. The live that I did was more of like a personal type of personable vlog, so that y'all would know some of the things that I have been dealing with here because, as you guys know, there is a difference between a witch, shamanic healer that is a witch, between like a voodoo practitioner and even a hoodoo practitioner. So I get frustrated with what all is out there, and it is literally a complete god dang nightmare, to say the least, what we are, what a lot of us have been dealing with. And so, but I had mentioned foot track magic, and I want to talk to you guys about foot track magic and why you should be concerned about it and why it's so pricey to remove it, but why it is so important to have protection from it and some kind of talisman, which one of the most powerful talismans that you can use or have would be a gree bag, to protect you from that. So, just going into foot track magic. Foot track magic is uh it is a type of magic. It is a type of controlling and domination magic. And there's actually a deity that people can go to and they can work with that deity. And they typically will go to that deity to do some kind of controlling and domination work on someone, but you can also go to that deity and at the same time ask. I think, is it Saint Maria? I'll have to double check that, guys, because I've actually worked with that particular spirit before, but it wasn't to obsessively try to control somebody's every move. It was for something different. Anywho, so it's a type of controlling black magic. It can be very baneful because it is a controlling magic that is meant to pretty much control a person like a zombie. Um, I think it would depend on a person's mental and emotional state, how much they can be controlled. I see a lot of people being controlled by that type of particular magic. And it's just very heartbreaking. This type of magic is also being blended. It's also being blended with um, Bible magic and hoodoo, which is why I don't have a problem with hoodoo practitioners. I just think that some of them can be very sneaky and some of them can be a little conniving. I will, just to be honest with you, I think that, and you know what? I don't even know how to put foot track magic on a person. I wouldn't know what to do, where to go. The only thing that I can think of would possibly be that deity that is an African deity. Um, I think you can also go to Kamaris, which is a demon of the Goesha. Possibly, I don't know. I am a free spirit. Um, the people that deal with me because they want to. I live my life focused on healing and nature, and I live my life like it's golden. So I would have no reason to ever feel the need to control and dominate anybody. If somebody doesn't want to be in my life, or if it's not meant to be, then I let them go. Or if it's someone that I don't get along with, maybe a competitor, it ain't that deep for me. Okay. So I've always excelled at everything that I do. I have no issue with that. I don't have no reason to try to hold somebody back, hold them down to the point where, or kick them down. I'm just not that type of person. Okay. To me, that's very evil. And to me, it's called modern day slavery. Which, by the way, what I've noticed is that a lot of blacks are basically participating in that, especially when they blend it with Bible magic and hoodoo. And I have a real problem with that. And in fact, I'm going to make it a point to make sure that I think foot track magic should be put on people that deserve it, people that need to be watched, people that need to be controlled. If you're a person that is of morals, if you're a person that is not a psychopath going around stalking people, you shouldn't have that kind of work done on you. In fact, work like that is being done by the psychopaths and the narcissists, and it's stupid to me. It is. And um, but what I was going to say is that it's very easy to remove. In fact, I have seen instant results from removing it um, from people. Okay. It depends on how long you have it on you, to be honest with you. Okay. It can be used for various purposes. They do it in Santeria, they do it in Ifa, they do it in Haitian voodoo, they do it in all sorts of voodoo practices. It can be used to feed you to somebody's spirits. It can be used to just hurt you because some people are just fucking evil. It can be used to dominate you. I think that the most popular would be for mainly for domination purposes of maybe possibly a partner or maybe possibly for revenge. Why is it pricey to reverse it from you though? Why is it pricey? The reason why it's pricey is because of the type of garbage that put it on you and the extreme desperation of a person that would do that to you. Person like that is not the type of person that you want to invite for Sunday dinner. So when I remove that type of magic from you, I'm removing it and I'm dealing with an enemy that is very obsessive, psychopathic, probably homicidal as well as suicidal, very neurotic person. Originally, originally it was brought over here from Africa to free the slaves. This is a fact. It was brought over here from Africa to free Africans from slavery. That's the original reason why it was done. It was done to control slave masters, um, and then also to lessen the blow of the abuse that a lot of the slaves suffered. But it was mainly and primarily the point of it was to free the slaves. Okay. Then you have African and black people over in America and all over using it to control blacks or to control anybody, everybody. They're using it to place people under mind control. It is a fact that the feet control everything. There is certain pressure points in the feet that connects to your entire body, including your brain. Okay. So if a person, that's why a lot of y'all that are like foot models, stop doing that. You never know who's, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't, and you know what? Try not to show people your palms too. I don't mind showing people my palms. I have a very strong M in my palms, which stands for magic. So I don't worry about it. Okay. But try not to show people your feet, the imprint of your feet. And be careful where you walk. It is a pure mess out here. The prevalence of stalking. They look for people. Um, they will go to your home on a rainy day. And if you step in some mud, be careful stepping in mud with your shoes because people will come to your house and either take a picture or either they will get like an imprint of your foot, of your shoe. And again, like I said, I think that this type of magic would be good for someone that is problematic, but a regular person that's just minding their own should not have something like that done. Okay. Hey Unica, you say you have a big M and a small M. Oh, that's cool. It's awful. It's horrible. I do not like what they are doing. As a traditional witch, I practice traditional witchcraft. That's it. That's all I need is traditional witchcraft, and which is largely inspired by my shamanism roots. I don't get down with no voodoo. I don't get down with no hoodoo. And I just don't agree with what they're doing because I feel that what they're doing is they are literally trying to create hell in people's lives, and it's disgusting, and I don't agree with it. I have dealt with some of the type of people that would even do that, and they are absolutely the most insane psychopathic people. They suck a lot, and I don't like those people. They think that they have the right to control everybody, and they are so horrifying. So I am going to, like I said, there's a certain thing that you want to do. Um, Soap bubbles are really good. Soapy wards. I think that that's when you want to break out your soap wards. But also a lot of herbs of Jupiter. And then also Mars. Today just so happens to be Tuesday. Okay. So I'm gonna go throw some barberry root in my spiritual ward as well. Um, and I'm gonna also make my gree bag to prevent that crap. I can always tell when someone has invoked foot track magic on me because it just seems like shit gets out of control. It does. And that's how you can tell, especially when you're a practitioner. I've been practicing witchcraft for over 20 years. Never have I ever had problems with it. Never. And people will try to do that. It is a way of getting it off of you. Here's my thing about it though. Yeah, soap bubbles are real good, Unica, to be used as a ward. Um, and I would get up and go over there and show you guys my stuff that I got going. It's absolutely beautiful that I have going. I think that the one thing about it with those types of people is that you don't want to necessarily just go out for vengeance on people like that, because but I think that if you have to, you have to, because they're already catching flack because of that. Do I believe that? First of all, this came from Africa. I don't listen. I'm not one of those types of people that are just like, oh, Africa, the motherland, it's so beautiful and I love it and nah. No, I'm not, because everything that comes out of Africa ain't good. It's criminals, it's rapists, it's vagabonds, it's bad people over in Africa, just like it's been bad people over in Africa. In fact, some of the first slaves that got shipped over here were prisoners. That's why they were shackled. That the our African ancestors that were over in that country regularly sent a lot of their problematic people over here to get wrangled and to get sold into slavery. Let's keep it a buck. It was human trafficking. I'm not saying that it was right, but a lot of those black men, not just the black men. So quit trying to make it seem, quit trying to make a victim out of everybody. Like, I'm not saying that all of them were bad. I'm not, but I'm saying that some of the first slaves that were shipped over here were actually prisoners and they had killed somebody over in Africa. They raped babies over in Africa. They did disgusting things over in Africa. And yeah, they were like, literally, you remember back in the day, um have y'all ever saw that movie called Ever After? And y'all remember when the ugly stepsisters and the evil stepmother, remember the queen? She said, we're going to ship you over to the Americas. Remember that? They did that back in the day in Africa too. It was a punishment to live in America. It used to be a punishment to live in America. People didn't want to live in America. They wanted to live in England and the United Kingdom. People didn't want to live over here. It's a fact. I come with truth. I don't come with lies. And I'm tired of them, because you know what? I'm going to tell you something straight up and down. They don't have the right to be attacking us witches. We are on our own path. And they come at this crap with this crap, and they messing up a lot. And I have a lot of people that are all kinds of messed up. Also, another thing, what they can do when they put this foot track magic on you is they can actually control you from a distance. Another thing that they doing, and see, they tried to use shamanic practices for that, but they got shut down. They would go and they would burn all kind of stuff and put it in the air. They have been shut down. The shamans are not allowing them to send things through the air. We're not doing it. It's war. It's war at this point. Straight up and down. It's modern day slavery, guys. And it's not just happening to black people, it's happening to a lot of different people. Okay? It's terrible. It's awful. Oh God, they've been acting a fool. I'm telling you, it's been like that. Yeah, you're right. Because I personally feel that the reason why they're doing it is because they're on some kind of agenda. I personally feel that, especially in the spiritual community, they want control over everybody. They just want control over everybody. Everybody ain't meant to walk the path with you, though. There are people that are meant to walk the path with me. Why are you trying to control that? See, that's where they wrong. And a lot of them is black people's doing it. And they have lost their ever loving mind. They have lost it completely. And I can tell a lot of people that are under that type of domination and control, and it's horrible. I have black African ancestry. I don't trust all of them, and you're not supposed to. Okay. Yeah, well, they ain't gonna never be able to do that. They ain't gonna never be able to do it, especially the moon. Oh my God. They dealing with a demon if they dealing with the moon for real. So just be on the lookout for that. Like, I think that we have allowed them to run amok enough. They have, like, take me for example. I am literally a shamanic witch that heals people. Why would I ever have anybody throwing stuff like that at me ever? Maybe it's possibly because I thought about it, guys, and I thought about it hard. And I thought, have I went through that because it was meant for me to learn so that I would know the ways of what they do? I would say maybe half and half. The rest of it is perversion. The rest of it is literal obsessive, obsessed people, is what we dealing with. Years and years and years and years and years of this crud damn near wants, like, it, like, I'm not even gonna lie to you, it's made a lot of African Americans hate other blacks. And I would never do that, but there's so many people that have been afflicted by that. And then if they feel like they can't beat them, they join them. You know what? I stand on my principles and I would never join that because there's nothing good that is going to come to those people that are doing that because they're outnumbered. Even when it comes to the ancestry in Africa, there's more good Africans than bad. So they're automatically outnumbered. So something that was supposed to be a good thing for black people, in particular, when they started breeding black Africans and stuff, and people were being born into that, and these were just good, decent, normal people. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that because of course there was black people that got shipped over here and they may have been falsely accused of crimes, or it became a trade. It became human trafficking. It did. People being sold like that. Yeah, you think that, do you really believe that Africa, we're talking about the continent of Africa, do you really believe that hundreds of years ago, however long ago, when that crap started, do you really think that anybody, that's a lie. African has been, the continent of Africa, they were not just sitting around with bones in their noses. They had government, military, guns, and spears. That nobody just went in and invaded Africa and just started. No, that's not how it happened. I don't even care what they say, man. I don't care. People get mad about that because they want to act like they were just perfect angels, and they were not. They were not. Because I've had more problems out of my own damn supposedly people. I don't even want to hear it no more. Anyway, let me quit getting all. Let me pull it back a little bit. Okay, sorry about that, y'all. Let's get back to the foot track magic. The type of person that you're dealing with is very ruthless, and that person has an intention to kill you with magic eventually. They either plan on feeding off of you or either getting you killed. You're dealing with one of the most ruthless types of black magic. They are trying to control your world. It's almost like it, it's it's comparable to like an African version of shamanism. They mean to kill you with that. They mean to kill you. So this is a person that has no regard for your life whatsoever. And they are very ruthless to deal with. And like I said, they are not the type of people that you want to invite to Sunday dinner. Okay. So that's why reversing it is kind of pricey. Because they just and they're doing it a lot. But I'm gonna tell you something. They're gonna eventually have to reap what they sow because they're fighting against armies and legions of people that have fought for freedom. And only in the past 10, 20 years has this reared its ugly head on us so badly to the point where they literally are torturing each other. They have become sickened with power. But in reality, they have no power because power is wisdom. Power is the ability to discern and know that eventually the jig is going to be up, and the things that you have done to people, you're going to have to pay for. So that's why reversing it can be kind of pricey, because the type of spirits that you're dealing with are very ruthless. And I'm not even going to lie to you. Like, I wouldn't do it without going to somebody like Valafor or Andres. I wouldn't do it like literally, like I would literally go to somebody like Valafor, Glaslala Bolas about somebody like that, because that is where your real protection is going to come from. Otherwise, these people have literally killed people before. They have literally done so much harm to people and their families. And they are targeting families of people these days. So it is very serious. And a lot of people will say, well, I don't believe in it anyway. Well, just because you don't believe in something don't mean that it can't affect you, because I see people every single day that say they don't believe in witchcraft, and I've seen them afflicted by black magic. So that's the reason why, is because it's very ruthless. It's very ruthless. One thing I can tell you that is one of the banes of our the foundation of um especially the African male, is his greed and his need to take from people. And so this is the type of person I'm dealing with. And then more than likely you done had some man go and do that to you. And so now I'm battling a man, unfortunately, who I don't even like to call a man. You know what irritates me more than anything? When I see somebody on their path and they're angry at, let's say, a person that may have done something to make them look bad or whatever, and it may have ruined some kind of opportunity, but then, or either friendship, but then that person finds a better opportunity, right? And then you kind of realize, well, this was a part of the past. But then that person 50, 60 years later is still angry about it. You know, if you now should you still be constantly switching and changing paths at the age of 40, 50, and 60? No, you shouldn't. But a lot of the times the things that have happened to us were just fate. And there's a lot of people that can't look at what they're actually supposed to be looking at. So what they do is they just stay the same and they never evolve. They never evolve. Their thinking never evolves. They just get more and more angry. They stay stuck on things that happened 10 years ago. Somebody that they stay stuck on people. Somebody walk away from them, they want to stay attached to everybody. These are people that have attachment disorders and stuff. And they're very angry about it. And see, that's a problem because, okay, fine, get some mental help, but stop involving witchcraft and conjure in spirits. I feel like for you to buy or either perform any kind of magic, you need to have a clear head and a clear perspective. And I don't agree with what a lot of these people are doing. And I don't care. I'll tell them to their faces because I feel like a lot of these people need to be educated instead of running around here doing things reactionary, acting like roaches. Yes, I do call them the roaches of the spiritual community. Yes, I do. And I'm annoyed with it because they need to do better. When they know better, they'll do better. And it's very, very irritating to me. Exactly, Unica. It's very, very irritating to me because these people do not respect other people's boundaries. They do not. And I believe that eventually they're gonna have to deal with that. Eventually they're gonna have that. They gonna have to deal with that. You're not just gonna get away with it. You're not. Eventually you're gonna have to face your music. Because it wasn't meant for nobody to take a spiritual path just so they could go around trying to control people. You're just a narcissist, is what you are. Witchcraft is supposed to be about freedom. It ain't supposed to be about modern day slavery. So I'm literally removing shackles. We doing gree bags on them now. They're evil. They will threaten your babies. And they feel entitled. They feel very entitled to do it. Okay. Sadly, this problem is something that you're going to find primarily among spiritual communities of African Americans or people that are either practicing Afro Caribbean magic. And I'm just really disgusted by it. So I encourage you guys to come to me. Nobody's weak over here. In fact, we have immunities. We basically are immune to what they're doing at this point. And what they need to do is just leave people alone. And they are stalkers. And that's why they eventually get labeled as a scammer. Trust me, there is always going to be plenty of people that want to buy witchcraft and they want the healing work, especially from somebody like me, with the way that I practice. All that stuff that they doing, they want to take over the spiritual community. They want to run everybody. It's just really sad. I hate what they've done to the tarot community too. I hate them. I don't like them. There used to be a time where things were so peaceful. They're bullies. And if you're somebody that knows how to get past whatever they do, they want to threaten you with a gun. It's absolutely disgusting. You come on YouTube and try to put up your channel and they take one good look at you and they ready to kill you. They're like gang members or something. YouTube is my territory. Oh my God, it's so embarrassing. They have a limited view of the world. They act like it's two people left on the earth. Mm-hmm. It used to be a time, YouTube used to be such a great place. You know, they're gonna all end up in jail eventually. They're gonna all end up in prison because they can't stand us traditional witches that can remove their stuff very quickly. They can't stand us. I remember one of my ex frenemies went to them to get death magic put on me, and I spoke to her after a couple of years. You know what she asked me? She said, "You ain't dead yet." Sick. They be promising that they can kill people and stuff. They real sick. You know, she asked me that. She said, "You ain't dead yet, Tiffany." Dead for what? Because I ended the friendship with you because we had words. Wow, sick. She actually asked me that. I got over it. I was just like, "Girl, you done lost your damn mind." Yes, she did. And I'm gonna talk about it too because it needs to be talked about. It does. So they threatened my family. I was looking at one of them the other day talking about her whole family in danger, and she talking shit like, no, you're not, no, my family ain't in danger. No, they not. I'm disgusted by them. And they think that they can just come on here and bully people. They done lost their damn mind. It's absolutely ridiculous, y'all. But that's why it costs so. That's why it's so pricey. I'm not afraid of them at all. At all. Shit, I got that ascending Leo. Fear you for what? I think it's ridiculous. But I do think that they are very ruthless, which is why I had to go to Valor for. I had no choice because I was constantly under threat, under people death threats and everything. So y'all may not have to do it because there's something wrong with these people. They possessed or something. They just, you know, and the way they treat each other is just disgusting. Act like animals. Absolutely ridiculous. You know. So y'all be careful out there because what they'll do, they will go to these people that are either on the islands, and that's exactly what they do. I think her name is Saint Martha. That's who it is Saint Martha. Martha does she's she will assist with domination work. And so I would go to her. I typically will go to her and say, can you please remove any and all domination work off of me where people are trying to dominate my life? Anybody can dominate you if they go to the right practitioner that knows what they're doing. And the next thing you know, it'd be somebody who's a complete idiot dipshit with a low IQ. And for some reason, that person will stand in judgment of you. All of a sudden, that person got something over on you. That's not natural or normal. Somebody that literally is of low morals, somebody that literally and or either just a very corrupt person is trying to control your life. So it's a lot of stuff that I just don't do in my practice. I really honestly don't. That would be one of them because I'm not gonna yeah, you put some stuff on somebody like that, especially a person that does not deserve it. Yep, Saint Martha. I was trying to think of her. Somebody that doesn't deserve it. Those things, a lot of the baneful stuff, it is deserving of people that are horrific people. They're trying to do stuff to good people. They'll see somebody chilling, relaxing, and all of a sudden, they want to target you. I don't see good things coming from those people, especially if they dealing with me. So, and my work is guaranteed, just FYI. It's a lot of people that believe in my work. It's just that a lot of the spiritual community on YouTube is gone. You got merely people on here that just want to be entertained. Don't know, I mean, really. just because and they really made a lot of practitioners look bad with all the fighting and drama and going back and forth, and they constantly trying to scare people. So basically they took you from one fear-based religious belief to another one and doubled down on you, and I'm just disgusted by it and I'm tired of it. So anyway, y'all, I gotta get off of here. I'm about to get off of here and I'm gonna rub my feet down. One thing I can tell you is that there's certain things that you can do at home though. Like I would say number one would be wearing socks, wearing house shoes, putting onions in your socks, eating plenty of garlic, putting garlic in your socks, rubbing your feet down with just plain olive oil, but then also like anointing your body with olive oil also because it's purifying. Because basically it's just like a really parasitic type of curse. It's real parasitic. And whatever it is that they want, they trying to get out of you, including your energy. They will attach certain, I call them just parasites, and these are, I guess, spirits. I don't work with parasitic spirits. I will work with incubuses and succubuses and in tranquil spirits. I don't work with no damn parasite roach type spirits. I don't work like that. And that's what it seemed like they do. And it's so low life and gutter and trashy. And they will literally try to drag you down to the gutter. So y'all be careful with folk like that, man. And it be your own people doing it to you. And a lot of people be like, oh, the government doing this. Yeah, the government is doing some shit. And it's easy to be protected from that. Just don't become a statistic. The government mainly goes by statistics. You know what I'm saying? Just make sure you don't become a statistic. When it comes to people and their confusion, this is when you're dealing with hell. And those people need to be taught a lesson. And they're almost like they're literally like parasites. They're literally like BT-1000s or whatever they call them. Because they just keep going with it. They just keep going with it. And it's like, damn, can I have a life? That's what you be wanting. Can I have a life? You have all these plans for your life and they just trying to take everything from you. And they gonna tell you how your life gonna end up. Well, no, I don't agree with you, and no, it's not. And so, that's why when y'all see me come on here, I'll be like, y'all gonna die expeditiously, uniformly, and consistently. I'm sorry I have to be that way, guys, but it is what it is. God did not put us on this earth for these people to just sit up here and consistently try to destroy our lives. Okay, I'm tired of it. And part of the reason why they do a lot of the stuff that they do is because they want you to be in a certain mindset. Yeah, I hear you on that, Unica. They don't. They want you to be in a certain mindset because I think the main aspect of it is energy vamping. The main aspect of it is energy vamping, is that they're feeding off of a lot of people energetically. People, not the sun, not the moon. They feeding off of people. Now imagine how sick a person is going to get mentally when they do that for quite some time. It's going to make them get sick mentally. It does nothing for them, really. It just is really sad. Y'all remember them Tom and Jerry cartoons when they would drop the big iron thing on Tom and Jerry's head? That's what them people need. They need a wake up call is what they need. And because for some reason they think they just gonna continuously get away with it. So that's pretty much what I'm not really working on that in the group, although I've had to ward off stuff like that. But literally the adversary that you're dealing with is a psychopath. They are literally a psychopath. And they just literally have no respect for human life or regard for others. And they're usually a horrible person. And the horrible people are literally trying to kill all of the good people and they're trying to kill all of the good people. So that's why I told y'all need to go to Valor for Glasla Labola, dead demons like that. And you know what? Valifor is, I believe that because Valifor is connected to the planet Venus, extremely loving and kind demon, but he will destroy your enemies. He will destroy them. He will. Agarez is another one. Don't let them turn y'all against the Goeshes. They are amazing. There's a lot of people that literally would just be so messed up, without them, seriously. And that's one of the reasons why we work with those particular demons and stuff, because they tend to remain neutral. And they definitely ain't for all that Bible stuff either. So, and the Bible's evil too. The Bible's very evil, filled with evil. So is Psalms. So whatever, you know. So some of the symptoms of foot track magic, we were talking about it in the last live. Some of the symptoms would be foot pain. Other symptoms would be tingling of the feet. For some reason, you feel like things are not going right, headache, dizziness. Um, you feel like you're being watched, anxiety, depression, uh, just bad luck wherever you go. It's some of the same symptoms of being cursed. Okay. Feeling stuck, being stuck. In fact, whenever we do road openers, we're definitely removing foot track magic more than likely. Because why would you need a road opener? Okay. All right, guys, that's pretty much it. Um, I'll see y'all soon. Not lowering my reading prices, just FYI. I'm not doing it. I can't do it. I can't. I can't do that anymore. And you know what? I'm gonna tell y'all straight up and down is that um y'all need to be focused who on the practitioner that you can trust. And I do realize that there are some clients out there that will take advantage of good practitioners like myself, but most of y'all don't. Most of y'all are just looking for the help that y'all need. Do not ever join up with those people. Those people have a lot that they're going to have to face because of what they have done, which has been misuse and abuse of their power. Those types of people, look around you, they never prosper. Okay. Unfortunately, sometimes they will hurt people for 20 or 30 years. They don't care about your life. They don't care about your families. They don't care. They do everything in their power to destroy your family. Everything in their power. And honestly, a lot of y'all, I've always had generational wealth in my family. I've never had poverty or struggle in my family. But a lot of y'all that do have it, they coming for y'all too. Okay. Yeah, they are. I agree. Well, Unica, you know you welcome to contact me if you want. You're welcome to contact me. Definitely schedule a reading because they've been messing with me so much. And you know what? I'm gonna tell you something. Let these people take over. Let them take over. You'll see how much destruction they're gonna cause. They really are very destructive types of people. And all of them need to be stopped. Okay, guys. Peace and love to you guys. I will talk to y'all soon. Okay. Just get your reading orders in, guys, because um I'm gonna tell y'all straight up and down. I need for y'all to support my business more than anything. Well, these people have been trying to kill us. They have. They have literally been trying to kill my family. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. It's been awful. It's been horrible. Thank the gods that they are binded. You can bind the enemy, but unfortunately, you still have to remove the dumb shit that they put out there. If you ask me, I feel like once you've dishonored the craft, you don't deserve to practice it anymore. You know? Yeah, whoever it is that feels like this is familiar for y'all because we going into it really, really hardcore. If foot track magic is done on you, the first person I'm calling is valid for. Okay, and possibly even Lucifer. That's who needs to be called upon. And then Kali Ma is really good for the women. Okay, Kali, don't think I don't work with Kali Ma anymore. I still work with Kali. Okay. And she usually comes in right on time. And she's always in a rage. Always very rageful. And I don't blame her. She's one of the Durgas. And you know what? We deserve that because, especially with these men out here practicing and they having, them having access to black magic, and just literally trying to hurt women and their children. And that's the one thing I can tell you that I am always concerned about. And I get my feelings hurt sometimes when women don't appreciate me because I really have a heart of hearts to do that. I really have a heart of hearts to protect you and your family. Oh yeah, I love Kali Ma. Kali is a woman. She is that you said he's been showing up, or are you talking about Lucifer? You must be talking about Lucifer. Yeah, Lucifer is not bad. He's not. He's not. I'm just telling y'all. Okay. Anywho, I gotta go. It's almost coffee time. Cause I had to pull an all-nighter. I was dealing with some crazy person that trying to stare into a crystal ball to try to see me. It's like you can't see me through no damn crystal ball. I can see you without one. It's weird. So anyway, y'all. It'll be all over soon. I'll see y'all later. Okay. Make sure y'all hit that thumbs up. Blessings to y'all. Bye bye.